Hey guys, how's it going? It is August 7th, 9:10 p.m. And I am going to be doing the hump tonight. As you can see in the background, just barely, the West Colton hump is going. We're going to try both. Well, we've done both of them before at the same time. It's been a while. I'm not too sure. Like resources, you'll notice a resource dip. And when I came on, I noticed the resource dip. So it's always interesting when we get a couple of these going at the same time. Because there's a lot of AI going on. How the server handles or how the clients react. But, we're going to be doing something a little bit different tonight too. And that is, we are going to do some manual pin pulling. So, starting up at 15 minutes after the hour. I got 12 after on the clock right now. So everything else is looking good. Alright. Step on board here. Make sure my volume's down. Yeah, we're already down. That's good. Okay. So that's cool. That'll bring us over that away. I think. No. What am I doing? I'm over here. I'm over here, but I'm coming back down here. So this is where I'm coming down. Okay. Coming back down this way, and then I'll be back. Alright. I think we're okay now. So, I'm going to go over to the go live form here. So what do we got? R10 and an R6. I am the hump tonight. Yay. I like the work, the hump. It's relaxing. Barstow switching district. I'll put the 0 in for now. I'll leave the other screen on, although I'm not going to be using it. He's going to trim 114. There's no other. I'll let him deal with the rest of it. Victorville's the thing. There's a lot of these large blocks, so we're going to deal with them. And it's about time, I think, we get going. So we're starting at 15 after. Straight down there. I forget the speeds. So again, we just had a discussion recently on this, and I'm not too sure if, just see if the stream is working okay. Just want to make sure that the stream's okay, because it doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. We've done a lot of them. Looking good. Alright, awesome. Because this will be interesting. The reason why we've done a bunch of these, so we really don't need to. And the speed I'm going in the yard, I have no idea. We've had some discussions recently. Actually, it was an interesting, and I really appreciated the request. So should I take 114 or do you want? Let's see. You can take it if you want. take 15 Phoenix cars if Old Yard has any. Yeah, so I got some Phoenix. What's going on here is he's got 114, but it's going to overflow. But the only difference here is they're smaller cars, so it might not be so bad. Not to mention, I'm going to be able to do some... I don't even know how well it's going to work, to be quite honest. Eventually, I'm going to want to see how they couple. Let's see. Okay, so he's going to pull 114 now. That's cool. I'm a devious SOB. I knew he'd get that one. Yeah, as I was saying, just before that, it was really interesting. There was a good discussion going on about speeds. There was some speed violations happening, but at the same time, we really have some general procedures. We have a lot of procedures, but we don't have speed-specific procedures, and they're hard to enforce, for one. And I really don't want to go enforcing them. I mean, eventually, dispatchers or qualified dispatchers are going to be able to tell what's going on, I think. But even when I'm in the yard, and I was just thinking of this, because when I'm in the yard here, I know there's specific speeds for certain tracks, but I've already forgotten them. And I know it was posted. And I was doing some maps. We had all kinds of things going on, and I can't remember what tracks are what. I know 6 and 10, I think. 6 to 10 and 11, I think, are fast, but I don't know how fast they are anymore. My memory's horrible, so I work on procedures at work. I basically, anything that takes a lot of memory, I tend to want to write down. And it was an interesting post because somebody tried to edit the procedure file, which of course that's an admin function and it's protected for that. Most documents are certainly editable on the Wikia. Anything that's non-admin related, and the only reason why we don't allow the procedures to be modified is because they're admin set procedures. Because otherwise, anybody can go in and change procedures, and we don't want that. So that's why I guess somebody had went in and they were basically trying to help out. They were trying to put in some speed information, and because it was in the form of the forum, it gets lost. And I totally agree, it does, and that's the whole power of the Wikia. The only thing is how we administer it between at least 2, if not 3 servers. We're only dealing with 2 locations right now, but it's only going to expand down the road. on the live stream. You have 30 seconds behind. Quit watching TV. There we go. Good job. There we go. I was saying I was doing a stream earlier of when we first came on. It was kind of funny. I forget what the comment was. It was kind of cool. It was one of the first comments. I came on the server. It was like 8:35, and I was doing Entropy Universe live stream. And I said I didn't want to come over here. I was having too much fun. I forget what the heck I said or something. Or I said I should be over here on this. I should be over here on the server, or blah blah blah, or something like that was mentioned. I said it's not as fun or something like that. There's some truth to it. There is. There really is some truth to it. In some ways this can be like a job, and it's not. It's supposed to be fun. So it's just one of those things. It can be relaxing when there's a team environment, but there were some posts I made earlier today. I just happened to be catching in on a few things, and I was like, we're still trying to deal with some of the kinks, not so much the kinks in the system, but just the kinks in a flow, let's say. Because if there's issues with flows now, wait until AI kicks in. I mean, I have one issue in the RTS software that I have to fix. If I don't fix that issue, it's going to be not so much. I can get around it. I know how to work around it. I even know how to prevent the manual thing. And the issue was when we added Bakersfield. Not Bakersfield. Yeah, I guess it's being called Bakersfield, but for the SJVR, I shouldn't say that. No, I had it right the first time. When Bakersfield was expanded west and north, we moved the spawns back, and unfortunately, there's track sections that are small. So what ended up happening was it brought forth a bug in the system that was a programming bug or a design flaw actually on my end, where I wasn't taking into account that there would actually be a section of track smaller than the smallest cars available. Or the biggest car, I guess, would be the case. Actually, it's the larger cars usually are fine with it. It's the smaller cars that fit in the middle or go between. The reason why the larger cars usually aren't an issue is because it's hard to get a truck into that. When you're having a manifest train, though, that's usually when they'll start popping up because there's more likelihood that a truck will fall into those small blocks, and when they do, it causes an issue. And that's because normally I looked ahead. I only looked to the next block. I never anticipated having to look to the third. Oh wow, we got West Bolton going again. Well, this should be interesting. I only say that because I don't know what the frame rate is right now. I could look at it, but it looks like it's a little staggering already. Oh yeah, my frame rate's down. Oh boy. Well, that's interesting. Hey, left the EOT on. I thought my frame rate looked a little low. he go? At the other end? My ping is 2. Really? My ping's usually higher than that. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, maybe it has to do with the stream. I don't know. Let's see if it pops up here. I'm gonna get him going now. So I'm taking the auto pin puller off. This one. The hump controller is gonna stay on. So for now, I'll go into the tower. But what's going to happen here? As far as I know, and this is an experiment, by rights, we're not supposed to hump more than 2 cars at a time or something like that, or I don't know what the heck it is. Shoot. I forgot to release my... That should do it. Okay, now I'm going. You know, this mouse wheel was working really good the other day, or even earlier today. I don't know why it doesn't like it in this. Oh, come on. Oh, I saw one of these yards with these green and yellow lights in Michigan, too, while I was away last weekend. I was in the west side CN yard, just outside of Detroit. We had a little bit of extra time, and my son saw a yard, or he saw what looked like a CN unit or a Grand Trunk unit or something like that caught his eye, and or I don't know what he wanted to see, but we had some extra time, and I said, okay, we'll pull off, and it was, you know, a real nice area outside of Detroit. So I wasn't worried about it. It's actually there's subdivisions all around. I forget what it's called. I don't know if it's Oakwood. If it's Oakwood, I'd be. It's kind of funny because I used to run Oakwood back in the freight yard manager days. I'm not too sure what it is. It's at the end of a CN line, as far as I know. I'm just not sure. Whoops, I don't want to go too fast here. I meant to slow down a bit. Okay. But it was really cool just to see the green and yellow lights on. And it was daylight. You could see them clear as a bell. It was like, oh, wow. Had a tower. I think it had a hump. I imagine it had a hump since it had those lights on, but I don't know. I don't think Toronto Mac Yard has them. I could be wrong, but we don't really get a good view of that. I don't remember seeing them in North Platte, but I could be wrong on that one too. Somebody had commented before that they thought it was kind of funny seeing them, and they looked like goofy signals, and I said, yeah, that's something that's common in the West Coast. What's my frame rate now that I'm down here? See, I'm at 19. Yeah, I forget, I think I'm 20 supposed to be locked, but I'm not achieving it tonight, which is okay. We'll see how it goes when we get up here. I'm not worried about my speed at this point. Just want to make sure he's at a 114. I know he was pulling it. Good. Okay. So I do want to get the 2 mile an hour. Now, I'm a little concerned. I may have to throw the switches manual here as well. It might not be as automated as I think. But we're going to have to keep a real close eye on this. This is the first time I've tried to hump more than 2 cars, and I know it wasn't recommended. So we'll see how it works. Hopefully I don't crash the server, Mike. So I'm going to go up here for now. As long as it's going up the hill, it should be fine. Whoops. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go that slow. Do I got to go notch 3? Jesus, Murphy. Yeah, this should be interesting. I don't even know what it's lined up for at the moment. But I'm going to keep it at 2 miles an hour. Okay, speed control's on. What's it lined up for right now? It's not lined up for 114, that's for sure. I hope you don't crash the server either. Well, we'll see. Might go down the wrong track, though. Oh, it said it. Ooh. Yeah, this is something totally new to us. It's setting I'm used to seeing that uncoupling the pin thingy start going. See, once you're going up the hill here, you can set the pins. But I don't know what happens on the other ways down. In fact, I don't even know if the weight's going to actually cause an issue. But we'll see. So far we're going 2 miles an hour, no problem. We're about to go up, so I'm going to pull the pin. That's not good. That went too quick. Wow. I better not hit the I think that went way too quick. I don't exactly know why this is an issue, or if it's too much weight, or what the deal is. Well, went back to 2 miles an hour. Man, did that take off! I forget if that's the speed it normally goes, or what. I don't know. We're not quite there yet. Well, let it keep going. See what happens.
Oh man, did that slow down? That's not good. That's not good. Yeah, I don't like the looks of that. I think you're gonna have to be very careful here. It slowed down, but man, did it pick up at first. I'm curious what it's going to do at the other end. So this time I'm not going to pull the pin as quick. Now I'm curious if it hasn't pulled the switch for 102 yet. Which is okay. We got plenty of room to go, and I'm still no pin has been pulled yet, so we're okay. It's definitely because it did go 114 real quick. I'm not too sure when it actually starts to throw the switch. Still doing 102s, no problem. Interesting. Okay, that's maybe why. Stopping. Wow. I wasn't going too quick. I don't know what the heck that was all about. If it was me, or I don't think it was West Colton. Again, this is experimental, so let me... No, I'm still connected. The thing is... Okay. Thing is, 102 here never lined up. Wondering if we have to take a controller And this is experimental, so I don't know. So let me... I'm not too sure if I can throw these switches or not. So again, this is not recommended by Run 8, what we're doing. It does allow me to throw the switches. And 102 is set up. Question is, what did 114 do? Was Colton still running? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Oops, I want to go backwards. Now it told me to pull clear of the hump. Hang on a second. It threw the switch again. Oh, that's not good. Why did it throw the switch? I thought I already threw that switch. I'm just surprised it threw it again. .102 set up except for this switch here. I should check 114, make sure it's okay. Yeah. One more time. Speed control's way off here. Probably the weight, I would imagine now. Yep. At this point, it really doesn't matter. But of course, that's going very fast, which could be a problem. Now, the whole idea why we did that was we were thinking, okay,
Did it slow down? Oh, it slowed down quite a bit. That's a good sign. San Diego's going to bring us over onto the other side. I'm not too sure why West Colton keeps going on and off. It's a little strange, but whatever. Basically, once I get it to there, I'm going to give this another try. And I'll start it with here. I don't know if I should start it here, actually. Let me, should I? I'm scared to start it here. But I'm going to try anyways. So I'm going to go with San Diego next. It seems okay now. Other than the speed warning, it's working okay. I mean, it's concerning when you see that blah 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 blah, you know. And I can understand it being thrown off because what happens is I guess it works its own retarding system or whatever once you start going, because it's supposed to, as soon as it starts rolling over that hump, as soon as it gets to those other, I guess those are retarders up there. We'll see how it works here for a second. Okay, it's at 112. Question is it going to light up to go that way? Not yet, which could cause a problem, but we'll stop it if it doesn't. I think it just took off. A bad feeling it's going to throw it underneath it. Did it do it? Oh, yes it did. Goodbye. Goodbye. Not good. Well, this was an experiment. Jesus. I think 2 cars work after that. Forget it. The first ones worked great. I don't know why 114 worked so well. Because it was the first ones, I guess. So the initial one works fine, and then... Well, this is interesting. So what's attached here? Anything? Damn it. What a freaking mess. Tried to be a little extra efficient, and I understood the hump controller, so we, you know. I knew that switch was gonna go because it happened last time. I'm thinking, okay, if I gotta throw it manually, it's gonna go on me. It's gonna go. So what do we got here? I'm tempted to try to... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I know the two cars will be fine. In fact, I might just turn the hump controller right off. I'm going to do this manually. I don't know what happens when it gets down below, or if the AI goes, or what the hell happens, but let's see. Oops, that's not. I want to get on the last car too. Yeah, well. For real. Well, the bottom line is this was something that Ronnie warned you against doing. So we knew that. Hump controller's off now. That means I should be able to go down without any issue. Just gonna connect to the bridge. Not selecting tracks now, which is good. Or at least it should. As far as I know, once the hump controller's off, I think it throws off all the AI crap too. Not the crap, I shouldn't say that. It's not crap, it's really brilliant stuff how it works, but... So the switch threw underneath. Because the hump controller was eventually figuring out, I guess it waits to the end of the string, but it's kind of weird how 114 threw the first time, and I thought, oh, okay, this works pretty good. Oops, not quite there yet, but still not there. There you go. No, I guess we gotta be right on the ground. Stop, slow down. Oh boy. So I'm not too sure what this is going to look like in a minute. It should reconnect. It could crash the server. The hump guys didn't have much to do today anyway, so... Okay. Here's the scary part. What am I connected to? Am I connected to everything? Ooh, surprise. Okay. Turn that light off there. Okay, here we go. That's not good.
Oh boy. That's not good. Oh boy. Dang it. So, normally it would have followed, but I think that once it gets past a couple points, it gets too complicated for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one out of its misery. How many do I want to put out of its misery? Honestly, I think I'm going to put I'm going to put 5 out of its misery. We had a bunch anyways, yep. That's right. I really want to get to that one somehow. Actually, you know, I might be able to. Hang on. Let's see if I can... Let's see what happens here if I do that. Will it decouple? Oh, that's not good. Doesn't want to uncouple. Okay. This is what was San Diego set for, 112? Yeah, the reason why that switch went was because I originally attempted to manually switch it. The automated system said, okay, the hump controller says we need to switch that one, and that one. So that's what it did. So the hump controller set 112, I think. Yes, it did. Okay. 112 is set. I'm going to try and recover TMU. So now that I can uncouple, I gotta play around here in the train maker upper utility. So this is why I did this tonight, just in case it did something weird, or what you can or cannot do in a hump. And in this case, we're just wasting time, unfortunately, at least for my copy to current. It says one of them's reversed. I don't think that one matters. But I'm not 100% positive on that one. So what I'll do is, I was going to be down to 112 anyways, right? Alright, so I was going to be down to 112 anyways. I just want to make sure I know. Hopefully it keeps the fuel. I got a funny feeling when you respawn something, it doesn't. I think the numbers changed too. 3067, which will suck, but let us see. Okay, mess is gone. The mess be gone. I think the hump controller should be okay now because the track is already set, so it's not going to throw it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what I have to do now is I have to go back into the TMU. I will not be able to spawn, so I gotta go off of here. Whoops, client. So I'll bail out. Oh, it did. It remembered the fuel. I forget what the engine number was. Did it do it right though? Well, that remains to be seen. But anyways, I'll delete that. Join the server again. Okay, 10:03. Let's see. Guess we got the right fuel amount, so that's all that matters. So once again, it should go okay now, actually. Believe it or not. Or I can just spawn it like I'm supposed to. I mean, there's a novel idea. I mean, if you spend the time going 2 miles an hour on the stupid thing to begin with, why not just hump it normally? Like you're supposed to. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. I think I was originally thinking of speeding it up a little bit or something, or I don't know. I guess I was thinking prototypical because you wouldn't have to cut so many pins, but well, we're almost done anyway, so here. It was a try. In other words, don't do that at home. So I'm gonna put the hump controller back on. Auto pin pullers back on. We should be okay now. only reason why I say I think is because it showed one car as reversed, but I think that's okay. That's the one good thing about when there's an issue. When you're allowed to have the ability to respawn. We have that one issue going on in Bakersfield where we can't respawn. Because as soon as you click it, it disappears. I'd love to see the option in the program. I love the feature that it auto kills something that's corrupt. I'd love to see the feature where it actually, you can disable it for a few seconds just so you can get it, or better yet, how about if it's going to automatically kill, have something in there so that it actually copies it to the TMU as a backup. I think I might just write that in there as a suggestion. Unfortunately, I don't know where they're listening anymore because they're too busy, and I know they're getting. Because it would save us a headache. I mean, the issue is the RTS software when it comes to Bakersfield. It's not Run 8, and this issue is not an issue. What you just saw here, this was not a Run 8 issue. This is how it goes by design. You cannot hump more than, I think it's supposedly 2 cars. I think was the most, if I recall. Putting this through the hump, I mean, they were nice, perfect blocks, and that's what I was kind of trying to get at. So I thought, well, instead of worried about it, but really it's the same speed, it really doesn't matter. So I don't know what I was thinking. You want to always make sure the last car is at least rolling or set. I think everything worked okay after that split switch or whatever. See, that's how it's supposed to work. Yep. Shouldn't have done that. I'm not supposed to go into anything else when the hump controller's going. Oh well. I think the last ones are done. Let me see where we're at here. What was the other one? No, is it here anymore? I don't even know if it's here anymore. Blah. August 7th. This one right here, it was a 71 car one. 1010. I'll light this blue for now. Too busy watching TV. He's too busy watching TV. I hope he's not just watching me. Oh man. Okay. How much time we got left here? We have 105 minutes. We shouldn't. I don't think we need that much. I don't know what he needs on his end. guess we gotta know what's going on with boron, more importantly. Oh, please. Standing by, ready to reboot the server. Nah. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought he was joking. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I think he answered my question before I typed it. I can take a look. I can take a look at the matrix here. Oh. So. Oh yeah, I forgot to get that scope here. Well, I guess I gotta submit another one. Barstow. Oh no, not wrong train. Victorville. So this one I'm doing is the actual train, not the yard job. So Barstow. What am I doing here? Crew change. What am I doing? Work. There we go. Barstow Yarmouth route instead. And wrong. 10. Kill that one there. That should update. Let me see here. So that's humped. He's doing the same thing as I am. Let's see what he's saying here. 102 will be tight, 5 cars. Oh yeah. What about 101, 103? No, we're okay there. Nothing going on in 101. 103. 103's empty, but where's it gonna go? It's gonna go right into 103's path. I can foul the first one. Yeah, it'll be tight. I'm just wondering. 101 is okay. Is okay. So yeah, I can see that happening. 114 is going to be the other interesting one, but we'll have to see about that in a second. We still have the 6 o'clock stage for that? I don't think so. I don't know. Or was it 6 o'clock? No, it's on standby, so... it's on standby, but it should be over on this one by now. At that point, it doesn't matter. That can actually be released. 6 cars or not. I'll just put it green for now, just because it's there. 107, tall. We're actually in pretty good shape for a lot of these. .106 I put over there. We only got 10 there, so we're okay. That's the only one. Oh no, yeah, 10. No, we got 13 for them. Okay, I forgot I had to check that one. So what do we got? 23 going in. We just cleared that, so. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Yeah. See, the 103 is empty now. I think we're okay. Oh, it's there. I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, so the concern is 103 is empty. It's just is the car gonna foul? Is 5 cars gonna foul 103? I don't think it will. I think it may foul this switch here, but I don't think it's gonna impede down there, because 101 is not an issue here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let trim do whatever it has to do. I got 71 cars, track 6. Now normally he's whoever's doing trim would be handling that. In that case, I was just taking a look, but so track 6, that's red now because it's done. 876, that's going to go green. I think that's a normal switch, or it was last I checked. So I'll come right back down where I came, and then we'll go back that way, and we should be good. What about the 5 for 102? Let me check. Or let me know here. Oh, yeah, okay. What the? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alright, we're good. We were just talking about the 5, and I was just like, what? Oh, okay. Gotta turn some lights on here. It's getting dark out. Getting dark out. Ooh, it's 10:21. I got about 40 minutes left anyway, so that'll work good. I think I'm good.
think I can. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, so live stream was interrupted. Well, my frame rates are getting better. Yeah, it should be around. It should stay around 30, but I haven't had a reboot for a little while, so I got a funny feeling it's my computer. I did a live stream earlier. I'm running Entropy Universe. I probably should have done a reboot. So maybe I'll have to do that a little bit more often. So nothing new here. This is just the same old, basically. Now, of course, the big one right now, what we're talking about is the boron local. It's kind of weird because we're actually in a situation right now where technically we have a yardmaster shortage, if you want to say that. Or we don't have a yardmaster shortage so much. I guess we do. Because in reality what's happening is Mike's taken over the server, but as yardmasters, or as yardmasters getting ready for some of the stuff, there's actually some interesting things going to take place, because we've come off a weekend in the cycle. I mean, it's Sunday night as we run this, but it's a Monday now on the cycle. So for 2 days we didn't run boron, so the numbers are going to differ a little bit. I think that's going to have the same effect for Cadiz and a few others. I imagine Cadiz would be the same. Victorville's not as much of a big deal, but I've really never taken into that consideration how that works. Same with Mojave, we got all kinds of extra cars sitting there. So, how it works, I don't know. And these are the things that we basically have to figure out. So that's why things are slow, and I mean, I know some people are they want to help, or they want to do a lot. But at the same time, you get two people that have a lot of time on their hands, and they defeat the purpose. So we've been trying to calm people down, especially people, and I mean, I'm not trying to point fingers. I really am not. I know there's a lot of people that do have the extra time, and they do want to help, and they want to
They want to be able to do a lot. The problem is if they don't understand the goals, or they don't understand, number one, if they're not careful enough as it is, it's just going to defeat the purpose. It's going to create more work for us, and we're already, obviously Mike taking over the server, the burden's on him now for the most of this stuff. However, I posted a message earlier tonight. I got a lot of stuff that I got to take care of too. Not to mention I work full time as well, as most of us do. So, if not beyond, Tony has been working different extra hours and stuff like that. Mike's had some busy times. He's had some personal life, hobby things going on. So these things happen. So let's see here. Am I going into 6 here? I'm not even sure what track I'm under here. Take a look around. 1090. Oh, okay, that's Victorville's at 7. So I'm definitely looking forward to version 2 and seeing how that goes, but I've seen some videos recently, and just like, or not some videos, sorry, some pictures recently, and it's just like, oh, it's cool. Well, I was joking around earlier. I was coming back from Trophy Universe, and yeah, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. It was taking a lot of my time, but this can take away from the fun. Like, I've had some fun tonight, even with the things goofing up and cars going everywhere. That could have been a disaster. I was afraid they were all going to go down the wrong track. I never thought of it switching underneath. But okay, here we go. So I'm going to let that go for a bit. We got this victorville thing with all the empty hoppers all over the place. I think we got like 200 of them sitting around. Now we gotta figure out. I guess we gotta reduce it or something. Probably. Going to happen with that is this is going to have to really go more towards a frequency waybill type situation. Well, and honestly, I'm not the expert in it. Tom is the expert in the frequencies because he's got it working. I don't know how well he's got it working, but it sounds like he's got it working really good. It just creates there's some extra work involved. There's a lot of copying and pasting, I would believe. But I think Tom is probably the best person to consult with how to manage. The thing with Florida, at least the issue, if I recall, when I still had it, or
Did I ever have it, or did I develop? No, I developed it. When I originally developed the plan for Florida, and then, you know, eventually Tom just ran with it and I kept going with California. The issue we had was we had over 100 cars. This is where the whole frequency thing started, I think. Because I knew I had a west and an east. Originally I generated all of them at once, both west and east. So we would generate west and east all at the same time, and because we were running on different servers, he would generate his and I would generate mine. But I believe the frequency was something that, I don't know if it happened right away or if it was in development, I can't remember. But I knew I wanted to have a frequency system in play, because what I was noticing was that in Florida there was only one train going in and one train going out for manifests, and yet I could find over 100 cars, and you know, they had a second section that ran every now and then, but I couldn't figure out how the hell this train was able to switch so many. And of course, you know, I would consult about this in the community, trying to get an idea, and of course they would tell me, which was very correct in what they were saying. They would tell me basically that not every industry is switched every day, and I understand that. I totally get that. I totally understand this, and what that whole thing means there is, because not every industry is switched every day, that can actually free up your whole switching system. I don't know how Tom's got it set up, but what that boils down to is the whole tag system changes, and what waybills get called up in a train changes. Now we have a few situations. We have Victorville has got way too much. Victorville, certain trains don't run all the time, so that's okay, but the only problem is you have other trains that are feeding it, that are feeding too many cars into it, because we have certain trains that only run 3 times a day on the weekends. Like, I think it's Temple, I think is the one that we have an issue with. And that it creates this whole backlog of cars. It's not so bad. I guess Barstow, at least we can deal with it. We can put it in an old yard or something. But wow, it's 10:34. I gotta get this sucker humped. Hey, the lights are coming on. Oh, did I turn the hump controller on? I don't think I did. I'll turn it on now. Where they are in my train? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, the 102, as I was saying before, I think what's the issue there... Oops, I'm going a little too fast now. Looking out the window this way. It's going to come out to here in block 101, which is fine. I don't think it's going to come into 103. But I'm going to watch it from here and see what happens. Okay, I think I'm okay over switches here. Yeah.
I can see my light way down there. I was seeing this light. I was like, what the heck's this light doing down there? Oh boy. Guess I should give myself a little bit independent. If I can slow it down in time. Woohoo. I don't want any more problems. Okay, we should be set. Oh, we're gonna start right up. I wonder if 103 is right at the start for the whole thing. Okay. Well, that's interesting. What? Oh, that's 103. Never mind. I'm losing my mind. I don't know if it's all the 103s or not. Temple's the issue right now. So let's see. Galveston. I don't know if it's all of them. There's the Temple, one of them. More there's more Galveston though. Okay. So those Galvestons are fine. It's the other Temple. No. So that's the look I usually will set up right there, just to make sure overfills are okay. So I'll let that go for a minute. We'll try some other views just to make it interesting, the live stream, but we'll check what he's doing at that end in a few minutes, but go get a little bit more snack and I'll be back in a few minutes.
bushes all over the place. All right. Ah. Okay, here we go. So yeah, that would be where the issue would come up. Is 103. It's got 103 and 102 to do, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. But we'll have, I wouldn't say plenty of warning, but we'll have to keep an eye towards the other side of the hump. We'll see what's happening. I don't know what else is happening on the network. We had a few people just sitting around before, but Dave is working in SJVR. I'm not even going to go there right now because that'll just, I don't want to bog down the server any, or even screw up the hump. So I will go down to the other end, see what's happening to the other end. I think he's in the local yard. Oh, here he is. So how does the local yard look? Wow. There he is. At least he's watching his train, not the TV. Okay. Let him do his thing down there. We'll do our thing down here. I'll just come up with stories or something. But yeah, the Matrix is good because, I mean, that sets everything up. Okay, here's our first temple there, but that's not going to do anything. That one car there. So, I mean, there's a lot of different views you can from the tower here. You know, you see the car come off. Like right around here, you'll see what car it is, and then yeah, as soon as it flashes from that location, that's when the tags start showing up. So what I normally do, like another thing too, as far as when I'm humping, I normally set the bell on and stay in the tower. It is one of the most relaxing positions to do, I find. I mean, here's your temple right there, as I was saying. Don't mind me, I'm gonna talk and eat with my mouth full, so I gotta get the snack in before head to bed in about half an hour. I think we had a few different cameras set up the other night when we were doing it. It was kind of cool, actually. I just wish they had the altitude, because what happens is when you go to the camera level, I'd love to have a camera right here and just hit Control 1, boom, there you are. Kind of like the Flight Simulator tower. If you or pretty sure, well, they had the tower views. I think they were preset. But it was really neat because back in the flight simulator days, and this could be a while. I imagine it's better now than what it was. But you'd be coming in for a landing, and you'd be all set up. Everything would be cool or whatever, or you'd just be taking off, and then you'd go to the tower view, and you could see yourself. It was really kind of neat. So then you can switch right back to the cockpit, right? I always thought it would be cool to have those extra views. I mean, you can see quite a bit. And I've never been in one of these hump towers. I have a friend who's seen the car control systems in Welland, Ontario, which is next city next to me. I'm in St. Catharines. There's Niagara Falls, Ontario, where I work. Talked about. Normally, when I work during the day, I go from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Niagara Falls, New York. I'm sorry, I don't work in Niagara Falls, New York. I work in Niagara Falls, Ontario, but as my part of my job is going back and forth between Niagara Falls, Ontario to Niagara Falls, New York, picking up machinery parts for where I work, bring them back over to Niagara Falls, Ontario. And you know, I cross different things. There's new Amtrak station going in Niagara Falls, New York. It's kind of neat. A lot of money. I don't know if they have the ridership over there, but the city, on the other hand, I don't know. I feel bad for that city. I lived in Niagara Falls, Ontario, half my life, and I remember when Niagara Falls, New York was like 100,000 people. Niagara Falls, Ontario is now that. Niagara Falls, New York, it's kind of reversed. It's really weird. We banked heavily on tourism, and I guess enough people want to do tourist jobs. Nothing wrong with that, but they don't pay that well. Hospitality and tourism, and I know a lot of people are working in it, and they work hard. I'm fortunate enough to be a driver now. That's not my job, sorry. I drive. I drive for a couple hours a day. I say I'm fortunate enough to be a driver. I'm actually a shipper receiver. But we were talking about relaxing. For me, driving is relaxing. Especially when there's no stress involved in it. You're working hourly. I mean, if I get stuck in a truck line, have a lot of times I'm on the Queenston Lewiston Bridge. I'll just look down. The power plants are right below me, and I'll just look down and watch the rapids, or not the rapids. Yeah, well, the rapids are further up. They have a jet boat that goes down there, and it's fun. It's very relaxing. You're doing your job, but you're actually relaxing. I've always wondered. I mean, I know these guys are busy and they're doing other things too, but you got the yard masters planning moves and all the other stuff. But a lot of this is automated now. But I imagine that he would have monitors. This is what I'm getting back at, the whole. Yes, it's relaxing, but we still have a job to do. In some ways, the automation's here, but the automations of the freight systems, the actual behind the scenes, making sure, the cars are, the automation here for the actual hump controller is set up for Run 8. What's not in the system or built into the system is the car control, and to be able to say, okay, you have, I'd love to see that, but first things first, let's get AI built. I've always said eventually I'd love to see that, and I got some ideas, I really do, but I have to figure out how they play in, because I've always thought about these yard systems, how they play in. Can I get the data? Can I export data right from Run 8? I'm not talking about the train data, but can I export it right from Run 8 and just basically have my little layout and know exactly? I just touch a few keys and boom, I have the screen right there, just like the dispatcher display, and it shows me my entire train makeup, the entire yard makeup, where the cars are, like every single screen. And I mean, like I said, Run 8 does this incredibly as far as the ability to do stuff like this, because I can go in and I can take RTS and I can just say, okay, here, boom, let's generate waybills. We were talking before about the whole issue with what do we have? We had the whole issue coming up with the we got too many empties in certain areas. We got the way the frequencies work, and this is again something that Tom has probably got the most expertise in Florida, and I'm looking forward to getting back onto Florida, quite frankly. So yeah, Dave's over at Oil Junction right now. That's cool. And this is nice to see. I mean, for me personally, I love seeing that others are getting involved. This is something that not all the admins were familiar with. Not even me. This is fairly new. Or not even me. I mean, I was pretty much myself. I think Tony did a little bit of it. I should say not even Mike was what I was thinking. Was aware of what was happening over there. He's not too sure about the boron idea too. We were getting at that. Eventually we have to deal with it. We will deal with it this week for sure. If it's not dealt with already, or if he's not sure, then he's busy tomorrow. We're not going to have time tonight. We'll get Barstow. It's totally ready, and then we'll look at the tagging functions and decide what we have to do. So here comes another 102. So let's see what we got here. So this is where I would go to another screen, and okay, I got my temples now. So I got 3 more temples coming down. So yeah, I would just, I'd point a screen right here, or look at a monitor at various locations. But in reality, I probably wouldn't have to use the monitor, because the length information would be available to tell me how much room I really have left. And of course, if it was really... This thing slow down enough or what? Oh yeah, there they go. Just as I was saying it. So that's a second. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine. See, there's your 103 passing. We got one more temple to come, I think. Or no, that's it. Oh, okay. Well, we're good then. I thought we had one more. I thought we had one more. Yeah, well, whatever. Heck. So yeah, the thing that I was getting at earlier, as far as there's, like I said, Tom is probably the best for the frequencies, but there's so many different things, and I know there's a lot of people who are eager. I know there's a lot of people who, you know, mean well, and they have a lot of time on their hands, and I know there's a lot of people who, you know, want more from it. They have their favorite positions. We got to iron out all these little small things before we can even get that far. And Mike did the right approach by slowing the everything down, because that's exactly what has to happen in order. And I mean, yeah, unfortunately it means that your favorite trains are not going to be available, but once the trains are able to go, then we need people who can run the yards, who are able to handle the admin. But the admin thing, I'm still thinking that there's going to be a lot involved. So there's a lot more work that's required, but I'm not too sure how much gets automated, how much more we can automate it. The more we get running Barstow, Barstow's the center of the operations, but then the locals, I don't know. I personally want to see the hump running when the AI is running, so that trains are going through, we're doing this, you know, everything's. And honestly, I'm looking forward to the time when I'm not here, where I don't have to worry about dealing with Barstow, as much as I enjoy doing this, because like I said, this is, for me, this is enjoyable. I don't see this being AI totally. I can't see the AI running the hump on, so I just can't. I mean, I could be shocked. You never know. Whoops! I got the speed control on still. I get up today at 7:30 or 8:30. I can't remember. Or did I get up at 7:30? I think I got up at 8:30. Usually I take one sleeping pill a week. This is the night I do it. Sometimes I get a little nervous as the week starts. Not like I used to, that's for sure. Okay, so it's 9:03. Round it off, I guess. 15. Oh my god. Wait. Just to see how it looks like. Too soon. Hopefully I didn't. I think I'm okay though. I think all the Cars were well beyond here. Yep. So, let me just see where we're at here. 105. It's pretty close. I'm just going to call it 105. Let's see, 120. So that'll pretty much keep us in line, so that's good. The boron, that's an extra one. Right response. That puts me at 0. Too sure if he's done or if he's still working. Oh, he's already cut off at 114. So, yeah, it looks like he's shut down. So, we're gonna put a little bit of bonus footage since everything's shut down here. Let's find Dave. Where is he? Everybody jump on Dave's train. So, you ever want to find somebody? Transport to selected player. And we will find Dave somewhere. Oh, there he is. Ah, cool. I've never been down here at dark. Popping up. Funky. There's Dave. Hey, he's got the EOT going and everything. There. Little balloon. Still from the Conrail engine. Holy crap, turn the lights on. Can't see. I don't think I can do it. Maybe I can. Can I? What the hell? Oh, that's cool. How do you do that? Funny. I was like, he's levitating. What's going on here, man? Ah, you're cheating. why I'll use the positions where come down here. They get a nice view. There's Mike. Yeah, I don't think I've switched down here in the dark yet, which is kind of interesting because I think this is the early morning. No, this is a daytime job. Whatever. So, yeah, I figured I'd hang around just with some bonus footage here. So this is the SJVR Trick 2. Yeah, gotta think about that for a second. And sometimes the stuff disappears here. It's just kind of weird. I don't know why it does that. It just does. But yeah, we were having. I'm thinking about frequencies again. We were having issues with too many cars going on the SJVR, so we broke it down into 2 tricks. But then it goes back to the whole frequency thing, because I'm wondering if every industry gets served daily or what. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It gets to a point where you don't know what trains do what. You don't know what industries do what. The only people that really know is the people who work the jobs, and then you're dealing with era, so you have to have somebody who has a detailed, vivid memory of how they ran the jobs back in 2008. How many people you're going to find to do that? You're not going to find one person that's going to be able to tell you everything. I mean, there's certain people that I know I can rely on who run certain jobs, like in Florida or even out in California. So at some point you gotta come up with, modeler's license or whatever the hell you want to call it. But going back to AI here, I'm just going to go for like 5 more minutes, and then I'm just going to take a sleeping pill and call it a night. I'm drinking I guess what you call it, the state soda. We call it pop over here in Canada, but pop, soda pop, whatever. Coke Zero, which I don't know. Sometimes I can find Coke Zero in the States, some other places I can't when I'm in the States, but I like Coke Zero. It's probably not the best thing for you, but it's got 0 calories, and whatever other chemicals and crap it has in it, but one thing it does have is caffeine. And I'm a pretty avid pop drinker. I don't drink coffee, so there's my caffeine fix for the day. Don't drink as much water as I should. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here, so my clock's like 2 minutes slow compared to that. So yeah, when AI starts getting going, we know the trains are going to fill up the yards. We know Barstow is going to be a lot more high demand. I see it as more. I really don't know how it's going to play. I got some ideas how it might play. I can't see it being something that's going to run constantly. As much as I'd love to see that, there's just not enough people to run it, even with AI. And I think AI is only going to have more people want to run it, but because they'll have the meets. But you're going to need dispatchers, and I mean qualified dispatchers. I don't mean people who just want to dispatch. People who you can trust, people who
Is he coming back for that? Oh, he's got cars here too. Ah, where am I? I don't even know which way I am here. I'm lost because it's dark and I just kind of hopped on this train and away I went. So, oh, okay. So he's got all the load still. Funky. Because I just like hopped on and all of a sudden it's just like, oh wait, there's the EOT. He's got it set up. I haven't been down here in the dark. It's nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed too. So yeah, it's kind of cool down here in the dark. So I'm not too sure which way he was switching. I'm not even paying attention, to be honest. He was doing a run around, just getting the rest of his train there. But I was kind of lost what direction everything was in. So, yeah, let me go back into Barstow for a second here. Just to finish my train of thought, and then we'll call it a night for the live stream here. So, let me just end the night here in Barstow. Whoops, not on the roof. Maybe out on the patio, or the... There we go, good place. So Barstow is looking pretty good now. We got 4 tracks. Departures have left here. So Barstow for California is going to be the epicenter no matter what. I did see some interesting screens that had me curious, and they had to do with the California side, and I don't know what they are yet, but I have a suspicion what they are. And it was a similar, I don't know if it was the F3 dispatcher screen, or if it's external dispatcher, or a combination of both, or whatever the heck it is, I don't know. But what was interesting was they had, let's say, if one of these was, like say this one was part of Union Station in Los Angeles, I saw some weird looking red things. They were like red squares, and they reminded me of platforms. It was just odd that they were red, and I don't know if they were red for that particular reason, or if there's something to do with that whole thing being able to stop a train AI-wise and perform some kind of either rest period or departure at a certain time or something like that. As I started thinking about the passenger services, I mean, the passenger services, there's not that many. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you take a look at what we have set up for Bakersfield, for example. So, yeah, this was like, it looked like a platform like this, except it was red or something. It was something really that stood out to me. And I thought about that, and I thought, okay, what do we have set up? We know in California we got the Needles and Cajon sub has a passenger train going both ways. I can take or leave passengers, to be quite honest. I mean, I love them. I love seeing them. And the fact that there's a potential of seeing more, I think that's great. I got a funny feeling it might be programmed, to see, but it might be programmed for the trains to actually, once they reach a certain point, that they go ahead and they do
some type of service stop or something. I can't see what I can't see happening, and I understand that they'll be able to stop before going over a switch. What I can't see them doing is being able to uncouple and doing all kinds of other things, or working yeah, I can't see that working. Oh shoot, I forgot to do something here. Or did I do it? No, I didn't. MLAC bar 1. I don't know why I just all of a sudden thought of that, but and these are all the things. The matrix is going to change, or not the yeah, I imagine the matrix will probably change too. So that goes to work. Barstow Yermo. Next. And we're going to go with Humped. Track 6. I think that will set that. He's at 0 for everything else, so that's good. Yeah, that went to Humped. Okay, so that's the end of that. So yeah, we've got this whole automated or semi-automated thing going on. Of course, this takes manual intervention because, like I was saying before, how do you justify, or how do you actually go in and do this? Like, say for example, there's no problem getting a train like this coming in, as far as I can tell. There shouldn't be, because the way it's set up for the dispatching, as far as I know, I'm not sure how it's going to work with external dispatcher type interface AI, but I imagine whoever's a dispatcher, or whoever is quote unquote the yard master, let's say, in Barstow, which is probably going to be his jurisdiction, at least the yard portion here is going to be his jurisdiction. Now the rest, that should be the dispatcher's jurisdiction, even though this is the Barstow screen. This here is all Barstow Yardmaster controls. What I'm thinking is that's probably still going to be in play for AI. So a train will be able to come in, and as long as somebody's able to control these switches, an AI train will be able to come in, stop, and that'd be it. How they're going to be able to start, maybe it has something to do with these little green lights. I don't know. I've never really had an explanation as to what they were for, other than when you go like this, you can, I'm holding down the right mouse button and then the white light comes on. What that does is that'll put the blue light on. The green and red has no bearing. We use it to say, okay, this track is available to depart. Like, for example, departing trains. Okay, so you got your trains in receiving. Well, how do you get a train to depart? Well, maybe you have the yardmaster has to give him permission to set out a switch like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's cleared to depart. If that has it, and then the entrance signals are all set up, maybe it sees that and says, okay, and maybe the yardmaster has to go in and click on the engine and say, you're an AI, boom, your crew has arrived, get out of here, and it doesn't. Maybe as long as the switches are lined up, that's all it needs, and then it just follows whatever rules it has to. I just don't know. That those are things. But what I don't see happening is, and this is a big one. You see a train that comes in like this, It's got all its engines attached to it. Generally, that then falls into the power of the Hostler. If it has DPUs, not only you're going to have to take the lead units, but you're going to have to take the rear units. So now you're dealing with hostling from two ends. Barstow would have to have, if the dispatcher was on duty, I would imagine Barstow would have to have a yardmaster on duty. I would also imagine there would have to be a hump crew on duty and a trim crew on duty. Now, the yardmaster could do both the trim and I imagine. I think I'm thinking Barstow could probably handle, or the hump can probably handle jurisdiction of the receiving yard, because since he's going to be going through it, he could handle the jurisdiction of the receiving yard, but the trim job would have to deal with the departure yard since he's going to be out there. So I can see a two-man crew in Barstow constantly, even when AI is going on. So now you got dispatchers, you've got a Barstow hump, a Barstow trim. You're looking at 2 or 3 dispatchers. I just don't see the manpower is going to be available anytime soon. I don't think, as much as I would love to see Run 8 take off, I'm still seeing the people who are going to complain about eye candy. And I was playing a game that's over 10 years old today. Speaking of which, there's still people that play a game that's over 10 years old and still play it to this day. So they play Microsoft Train Simulator because there's all that free content available, and the graphics honestly aren't any better than this. In fact, I find this is going to be better, but by the sounds of it, it's even going to be, I mean, the physics are just, they blow it. I don't care about open rails, I don't care about any of that other stuff. It just ain't going to beat it. And I'm not trying to knock Microsoft Train Simulator, I'm not trying to knock open rails. If you like it, great. That's cool. There's tons of routes available. There's tons of this and that. But this is where they've been very careful as far as who controls what, or who's able to develop routes, who's able to do what, because they know that this is all going to have to somehow be integrated. So there's a lot of work involved. And I mean, we're just looking at California here, for example. I mean, you got Cajon Sub. We're not even looking at LA yet. That's still to come. We know that's coming. There's a good stretch there of line. I don't think the UP is going to be modeled. It might be modeled in LA, but it's not going to, from what I understand, West Colton beyond. UP is going to be a secondary feeding thing. And it's just going to play that way. We kind of use West Colton as a glorified staging yard right now. We use it as a hump, but it's a glorified staging yard. Bakersfield, UP's got more of an influence because of SJDR, but otherwise, it's just an extension of BNSF is the main thing with California, and that's all because of Barstow. I mean, you even got. You're looking at, I'm just looking at the different screens here to try to remind myself. You got Yermo. I mean, Yermo we don't even use. It's just, and the whole reason why we don't use Yermo is what the hell are we going to do with it? Honestly. What is there to do in Yermo? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I know there's trains that go in and they do stay. I don't know what's beyond there, and I'm not too sure what exactly, other than setting up a grain train or something like that, and a few other things. I really don't know what Yermo's purpose is, because there's no purpose within the simulator. I know Needles is interesting because, and I'm going way a little bit beyond what else is new with me. I know Needles is interesting. unfortunately, needles, unless they do something with this side of needles, it's never, that yard is never going to be used to its real extent. However, I'm not 100% sure of that. The whole purpose of needles, and the way it's set up here, at least for the third track, and I believe the yard tracks as well, and I'm not too sure if the lengths are offhand, aren't they stubs or so? I forget how it's set up in needles. Let me go take a look. I don't even think there's lights down there, but I'll go take a look anyways. But I mean, it's going to be expanded beyond. Okay, yeah, we got stuff here. So, holy crap, we got EOTs and we got all kinds of. We got a whole crap load of engines too, but and a bunch of engines that have. We got the Barstow needles train. What is that, anyways? Somehow we got Barney. Okay. I know it's a train, but what did we do? Did we run a bunch of switchers down here and we just fired? Oh my god. I don't know what that is. Okay. So yeah, we got the yard here. Oh yeah. This whole yard here, and I don't know if the maps give away, but the whole yard's purpose is a crew change. That's the whole yard's purpose. So it skims around here, goes over this way. I'm not too sure of the actual yard lengths. I suppose I could take a look. Documents. Do I have anything in there? Man, what do we got here? Wow, that's a lot of... Where's my downloads for date modify? Let's try this. Well, that ain't gonna do anything. Let's try this here. Let me see if I can go over to documents here. Come on, stupid thing. That's not the... I wanted to do the most recent ones, but let's see if this works. Needles route? Is that it? Oh, that's a picture. Ugh. What is that? Holy crap. I don't even know what that is. Is that the original? Oh, okay. That must be one of the older ones from Running Depot. It's 2013. Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So that defeats my idea. So we got like 5,000 foot. I'm not 100% sure. I like the old signals. Those look pretty cool. But I'm not 100% sure. This is one of their older maps, I think. See, and then you got Yermo, which is pretty cool. Got all kinds of tracks that we never use. Ditto here. So, I mean, from a standpoint of where we're at in the era that we were modeling, as far as I know, Needles would have its crew change. So you got 3 tracks here. You got the extra main, and I think that's all it is for crew change, and some can go into the yard lead at least. But after that, that's it. So, I mean, I don't know what else you can really do with it, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm getting way overdue here. 2 hours and 24 minutes. I think I might call it a night. So, but yeah, just looking. I'll try to finish my thought on this. So. They do the crew changes at Needles. They might sit there for whatever. Again, there might be an option in there to be able to hold a train for a certain amount of time. The dispatcher might be able to facilitate that crew change, because there's also crew changes that take place in Barstow. It happens on these mains here. This is why you have these many mains, but this all has to do with crew changes. It can happen in inspection, or it can happen on the mains. Normally, the crew changes take place on the mains. Bakersfield's another one. So there's a few things. That's why I gotta get back into getting the program working RTS software wise. I gotta get it so that it spawns from these locations without issue. If I do a run around and just spawn a train and have it spawn out of Bakersfield, I suppose I could do it. I just don't want to. I'd rather deal with the issue at hand. And unfortunately it's a flaw in RTS with the blocks, as I've mentioned before. So we've got, I mean, I haven't tried. I suppose I could try and dispatch as a. I don't know if I still have the dispatcher software set up for this or not, but I like the external dispatcher simulator, or whatever you want to call it. But in reality, having it come at random times just doesn't cut it, because it's great, it's a good test, but in reality it doesn't work that way. So I like it that it does it, but it doesn't. Trains will come in lulls, and some will come in bunches or whatever. They don't really come up like every 15 minutes or whatever that used to do. So I mean, I've done a lot of dispatching on the simulator side, of course, train dispatcher. So I look forward to doing that again. So that's something I plan on doing, at least for a while. But like everything else, I mean, here I am on a Sunday night. I got to go to bed. I've got, my quote-unquote 9 to 5 job, or 8:30 to 4:30 in my case. Job Monday to Friday. I see my son, say, on a Tuesday, Thursday, and then Friday for most of the weekend until Sunday. So I have all that going on, and then on top of that, I'm trying to balance whatever else is going on. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and I mean, there's just not enough time in the day for most people who have full-time positions. So what I'm thinking is probably going to end up happening is we may run when we have dispatchers available or crews available, but I can see the AI being shut off for quite long amounts of time, because the admin backlog is going to be huge. I can see running for, getting people together and running like a club. Those that agree that, to run on certain times in the week. I mean, I can see that happening. But at the same time, then what happens? So, I mean, we could easily. I mean, let me use my schedule, for example. I'll just use this for an example. I'll use my current schedule. Let's say. So, starting on Sunday, generally my son goes home at about 1 o'clock. Sometimes I get groceries, I'll get something to eat or whatever. I don't know, I honestly, again, I don't know if I can do an entire territory. that's this big on my own. But let's just say if it was me and I was able to do it, I could dispatch on a Sunday from, say, 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So I can dispatch 8 hours. Get myself, assuming everything's okay, even if it's not 100%, I think I could do it. It'd be kind of fun to try at least, to see if I can do it. It'd be an interesting challenge. I wouldn't want it to be too stressful, but just to see what I could do. And of course, as dispatcher, I would have nothing to do with Barstow, so somebody else would be doing it. So let's say I can run California dispatch, and I know there's others who are interested in dispatching who can dispatch a lot more or a lot longer than I can. I know those people are out there. It's not a matter of whether or not those people are out there or not. It's a matter of, do we have the admins that can handle and properly make sure that everything is working behind the scenes, and who are doing things not to defeat the purpose, or causing more backlog. Or because if a backlog happens, and there's trains to be run and yards to be run and all that other stuff, it's gonna create real real actual challenges. Let's just say we've had enough challenges as of late. So there's a comment about how Mike's just said he wanted to get through this cycle without any issues. I can appreciate that. I understand what he means. But let's go back to the time I was saying. So Sunday, I can do 8 hours. Okay? This isn't admin. There's no admin work going on by me whatsoever, and there's no Barstow going on by me. So somebody else is doing those things. I can dispatch. So I do Sunday. I could dispatch on a Tuesday night. I can start dispatching probably. Sorry, not a Tuesday night. I keep saying Tuesday nights because I'm so used to going on to run Barstow. In reality, what's really available to me is Monday and Wednesday. Monday more than Wednesday. Monday I have a lot of time available from about maybe I'll say 6 o'clock to 11. So there's another 5 hours there. And then Tuesday I'm only going to have those few hours that I do. Like on a Tuesday and Thursday night, I'm only going to have those few hours. So I can see still doing Barstow, or I can still see doing admins, or maybe just running a train on another server would be nice for a change. To do that'd be kind of cool. And there's other things too. So more than just running around with Train Simulator all the time. I mean, my son might be into this too, if because I'm getting him into dispatching. I just set up a train dispatcher program on his computer, the old server. So I'm gonna, I'll probably take some time and try to educate him with that. He seems interested in it, so that's cool. So I get him interested in that, then maybe things start taking off from there, and all of a sudden we got somebody else who might be interested down the road who can help me. You never know. But so let's just say Monday, Wednesday I usually do some groceries ahead of time, but let's say there's a few hours there. So now we're up to about 18 hours. By that time, I might have a little bit of time on Friday, but let's say maximum 20 is all I'm going to have. It really at this point, just if myself could handle dispatching for 20 hours, you're still going to need others eventually to dispatch, but more importantly, you need people who can take 20 hours. 20 hours of dispatching means 20 hours of being able to go in there and make sure all the yards are running, all the yards are switching, everything is tagged, everything is working okay, everything is generated. Ideally, I see it that what would be really nice is a 7-day cycle, because then I could see, okay, you get these hours together, you get these people together at particular times. Mainly evenings are good. It ain't going to work for everybody though, because some people are going to be out and some people are going to want to run on weekends, and maybe there'll be a whole batch of other characters and crews available on certain times. So who knows? Maybe it'll be fine. But the more times you make available, the more potential you're going to require more admin work. And there's also the possibility that there's just not going to be enough admins or available admins, so then myself and others are going to have to step in and not dispatch or not run Barstow or not do this and go behind the scenes and make sure everything is running smoothly. So, but do I see it happening a day-to-day, like 24/7 type thing? Not at first, at least. Not until we have enough people in there, but I'm not going to worry too much about it for now. We'll just wait and see what happens. My main focus over the next little bit, and I swear I'm going to end this in like within the next 60 seconds. My main focus is to get Mike's gonna deal with the server, make sure everything's working there. I'm making some suggestions tonight. He's gonna deal with the California server end. My focus goes to the RTS software end. I got to deal with whatever issues there are there. I haven't got to them yet. Hopefully we'll get over the whole RTS side. Over the whole server side, whatever's missing there or everything, to make sure everything's okay there. And yeah, I know I'm getting over 60 seconds, but anyways, I'll cut it short now and call it night. But again, thanks for watching. Like, share, do whatever you want. Pass the word out, comment. I'll try to get back to everything I can. Talk to you later.